there, I'm Katie for RustiKate, and this time around I'm going to be making a tatted cross. I'm really excited to bring this one to you because it's actually one that's been requested a lot over the years, and so this is my first time to actually be able to show you guys how to make one. This particular one is a tatted cross that I've been making since I was about 15 or 16, so I've made a lot of them over the years. It has 3 different steps to it. So the first, if you did just the first round, then you actually would have a very basic cross, which is totally great. If you do the second round, that gets a little fancier, and if you do the third round, has a lot of angles and is more lacy. So the cool part about this particular pattern is by learning how to do it, you've actually learned how to make 3 different crosses. So I'm hoping that you really enjoy this project. And please like this video, comment on this video if you get a chance, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And when you do subscribe, make sure and hit that notification bell and you'll get notified of all new content. If you notice any funny noises in the background, my daughter has hiccups. So anyways, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by threading my needle, and I'm going to be using a size 10 thread, size 5 tatting needle for this. You really could use any size that you want. You just need to gauge your thread to match your needle. Alright, I'm going to use my ecru that I typically use for my base thread. I'm going to also be using a pink and a green on this project. And I'm going to be mixing some threads and trying this out. Usually I use the DMC thread in just various colors, but I just kind of wanted to try some of these threads and see how these work as well. This is the DMC, but it's embroidery floss. And then this is a Auntie Lydia's, and this is a crochet thread. But I just really like these colors, so I grabbed these to try out. But for most of the project, we're going to be using this ecru. And again, you can really use any thread, any colors you want. I like to use 3 different colors for this project, but you could do it all in one. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to leave our tail thread. We want to leave roughly 12 inches tail thread, and then we're going to go down 12 inches to 2 feet down the thread before we start our first stitch. Now we're going to make a ring. We're going to do 4 double stitches. Picot. 4 more double stitches. Then we're going to close our ring. And remember, at any point, if this is moving too fast, you can get into the settings on the YouTube player. I'm not sure where to find it if you're using your phone, but if you're using a computer to access this video, you can just use the settings button, which looks like a gear, and it's on the video player on YouTube, and they have a speed adjustment, so you can slow it down or speed up the video to whatever speed works best for you. Alright, now we're ready to make our first chain. We're going to do 3 double stitches, and then we're going to do a series of 3 picots. Each picot is going to be separated by 3 double stitches. And then 3 more double stitches at the end, right like that. Slide our work off our needle. And then we're going to make our next ring. And I am reversing my work between these rings and chains. Okay, now that I've made my 4 double stitches, I'm ready to go ahead and join to that free picot of the previous ring. I'm going to make 4 more double stitches and then close this ring. Tie a knot, All right. Now we're going to make another chain, same amount of stitches, and this is going to actually be the top of the cross. So 3 more double stitches. We're going to use the 3 double stitches to separate each picot again. And every time I make a chain, I am actually going to be doing my special step, which is just something I like to do. I will include a link in case you haven't tried the special step. So the link will take you to a video that will show you how to do it and what it is for, in case you want to give it a try. Three more double stitches, right? Remove our work from the needle. Tie a knot. And reverse our work. All right, now we're ready to make our next ring. Again, we're going to do a count of 4 double stitches. And then this time we're going to join to that previously joined picot. Bring that up close so you can see it. Four more double stitches. Close our work. Okay. All right, let me explain what we're doing here. So this is the top of the cross. What we're going to do is we're going to tat down one side to the bottom, and then we'll turn at the bottom and then tat back up the other side to join right here. After that, we'll make the side sections, and then we're going to make another edging around the outside. All right, so for the next section, what we're going to do is we actually don't reverse work on this one. So we're not going to be making a chain, we're going to be making a ring. Let's place our needle right up against the work, and then we're going to do 4 double stitches, picot, 4 double stitches, close our work, right like that, and make a knot. All right, now we'll reverse our work, make our special step, and then we're going to make our next chain. Our chain is going to be the same count as our previous, so we're going to do 3 double stitches, and we're going to do 3 picots separated by 3 double stitches each. Shape it into an arch form, make a knot, reverse our work, and now we're going to make another ring. This time, we're going to do 4 double stitches. Then we're going to join it to the picot on the previous ring. Make 4 more double stitches. And close our work. Make a knot. right like that. Okay, so now we've done the basic components of the center of the cross. So we're going to repeat this step right here until we have a total of 16 rings in a row. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make a ring, and then a chain, and then a ring. So we just keep repeating it from here to here. So ring, chain, ring, ring, chain, ring. So this one would be the other side, so the other row. So you want, starting with this one, 16 in a row. As soon as you get to that 16th ring, stop, and then I will show you what to do from there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I will work it up to there, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I have done the 16 counting from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 from here down. And now I'm ready to make the corner, which is going to be the bottom. Okay, so I've made my special step, and now I'm ready to make my chain. So I'm doing the same amount of stitches, so 3 double stitches, and then 3 picots separated by 3 double stitches each, with another 3 double stitches at the end. Slide it off of my needle. Get it into that nice arch shape and tie my knot. I'm ready to reverse my work. Make my next ring, 4 double stitches, after I do my 4 double stitches, I'm going to join it to this already shared picot right there. I like that. And then finish up my 4 more double stitches before closing my work. Make my knot. I like that. Okay, now we're going to take a look at this. So now the next step is we're going to reverse our work. I like that. Do our special step and make our next chain again. So same thing again, 3 double stitches and then 3 picots separated by 3 double stitches each. Ready to slide it off of our needle. Reverse our work. Shape it into the arch and then tie your knot. And you can tie your knot before or after reversing your work. Sometimes I like to wait until after so I can make sure that it's shaped into a good arch. Just depends. Alright, now I'm ready to make a ring again. And what I'm going to do is after I do my 4 double stitches, I'm going to join to the same picot again. And the basic concept is when we get done, when we're doing our final row, is we actually want 4 rings joined to each picot. So 4 rings sharing a picot before we move on to the next. Let me show you what that looks like. So 4 double stitches. And then we're going to join to that shared picot. And then 4 more double stitches. Alright, we're closing our work. pulling it tight and making our knot, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, right like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to repeat doing rings and chains and joining them to the picots so that there's 4 rings attached to each picot all the way down and this whole side, so that this side looks like this all the way down. I'm going to show you one more thing before I have you repeat the steps. So at this point, we're going to do the same thing we did on this side, where we make a ring after having just done a ring. So this time we're going to make our ring right here. Again, 4 double stitches. And again, we're going to join it to a shared picot, but this time we're going to join it to the next. Four more double stitches. Close our work. And I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, you can see how we've started to do that grouping again in the next section. So now after this, the next step would be to reverse our work, use our special step, and then chain, and then ring, in which we join here, and we close our ring, and then we would make another ring and attach it here. We're just going to repeat those steps, so basically the same thing that we did right here. We're just going to keep repeating those steps until we make it all the way to the end. And then on this one, since the first one's made, we're going to join that first ring here, and then we'll make a chain and tie that chain off right at the end. So let me go ahead and I will skip ahead to what the finished item looks like and show you what that looks like before we go on to our next step. Okay, so here is what it looks like when it's all finished. You can see how each section has 4 rings attached to each other. Right here, and that final attachment would be right here. So you would make this ring, and then this chain would come over and attach to the top of that first ring made, and you would tie it off with a double knot and hide those ends before you snipped it. So now that we have this part all done, I'll let that get into focus for you. So now that we have this part all done, we're ready to go ahead and put in our cross pieces. You could also at this point, if you wanted to use this for something else, you could totally use it for a bookmark, a bracelet, a lot of different things. You could even do it as an edging if you wanted to. In this particular case, obviously we're working on a cross, so we're going to come back and we're going to put in the cross pieces. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it on one side, and then you'll do the same exact thing on the next side as well. So what you're going to do first is you're going to count down 2 from the side. So this is the first chain, this is your second chain. And what I'm going to have you do is on the second chain, I'm going to have you take that last picot, and then on the third chain, take the first picot. Let me lift that up for you. So once you identify where that's at, it's going to be right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread my needle through that, right like that. Pull my thread through. So I have about a foot or 2 of thread. Yeah, I'd say give yourself 2 feet. It's going to be a little extra, but it's nice to have that room for working. So now that your thread is laced through there, you can see 1, 2. So on your second chain, right like that. Second chain, last picot. Third chain, first picot. Thread it through, and then you're going to make a knot right there. And then at this point, I'm going to start a ring. And again, same stitches. We're going to be making pretty much the same shape. We're just going to be starting it off of here. So 4 double stitches. One picot. 4 double stitches. Close a ring. that and tie a knot. Right like that. And then sometimes, depending on how it's laying, I like to run the thread back through just to kind of help it stabilize a little bit more. So I'm putting it back through those picots and tying another knot. Okay. And then I'm ready to start my chain. So I'm going to do chain with the same count. So 3 picot, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches. Alright, now we're ready to slide our work off our needle. Shape it into a nice arch shape and make our knot. At this point, we're going to reverse our work. And then we're going to make a ring. 4 double stitches. And then we're going to take our needle and join it to that free picot of that last ring made. And then 4 more double stitches before we close our ring. Make our knot. And then we're doing the same pattern as we did before, these medallions, kind of these medallions of 4. So we're going to be doing that, and we're going to do 2 sets of medallions. So this will be our first set when it's complete, and we're going to do 1 more. So I'm going to go ahead and do a ring again. I'm going to do 4 double stitches. Picot. 4 more double stitches. And close our work. Tie a knot, reverse our work, and make our special step. And then we're ready to make our chain again. 3 picot, 3 picot, 3 picot, 3. I'm going to slide our work off our needle. Form it into the arch shape and tie our knot. Okay, now we're going to reverse our work and make a ring. 4 double stitches. Join to the free picot of the previous ring. 4 more double stitches. Close our work. Tie our knot. Right like that. And so we're ready to turn the corner and come back and finish it to make it a medallion of 4 each. So for that, we're going to reverse our work again, make our special step, and make a chain. Same stitches again, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches. Let me bring that up a little closer so you can see it better. Picot, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches. This one I'm going to reverse my work and shape it before I make the knot. Okay, now I'm ready to make a ring again. Four double stitches. Since I've turned the corner, I'm ready to attach that to that shared picot. Four more double stitches. Like that, and close my work. Tie my knot. I'm going to reverse my work. Make my special step. And make my next chain. Same number of stitches again, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches. Slide the work off the needle, reverse my work, shape it, and then tie my knot. And then make your next ring. With 4 double stitches. And then let me bring this up so you can see. So we've got 3 rings here already. So this one is going to join to that same picot to make it four rings joined together. So 4 more double stitches. Close that ring. Make a knot. Right like that. Now we're ready to make our next ring. And this one we're going to join to that next row that's going to be a medallion, right into that shared picot. 4 more double stitches. And then close our ring. Make a knot, reverse our work, do the special step, and then make a chain again. And this will be our last chain for this side. Three double stitches picot, 3 double stitches picot, 3 double stitches picot, 3 double stitches. Slide it off the needle. shape it into our arch and make our knot. And then we're ready to make our last ring of this side. So 4 double stitches. Going to join to that clump of 3 rings right there. 4 more double stitches. Close our ring. Make a knot. Right, like that. Okay, let me lay it down and show you what it looks like at this point. Alright, so now we've got it all complete. The only thing we have left to do on this side is we're going to tie it together. We're going to tie it to these 2 picots right here. So we're going to skip the middle picot. We're going to attach it to these 2 picots. So it's 1, 2, 3. So in this case, it's going to be the last picot of the 3rd chain and the first picot of the 4th chain. I'm just going to tie a couple of knots, and then you're just going to hide your thread ends. Okay, right like that. You can see how it's attached. You're just going to hide your thread ends at this point, and then snip that thread off, and then you're going to come back and you're going to make the same exact thing on the other side. Same positioning. You're going to start right here and attach it here afterwards. So same positioning, same steps. You're just going to repeat that over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So here we have our basic finished cross. There's 2 more layers to this that I want to do and want to show you to make it more decorative. The next layer would also be okay to leave as a cross, and then the 3rd layer just makes it that much more elegant and a little bit more Victorian. I wanted to show you all of these in this video, but I'm going to actually stop here and show you those in the next video. I am doing these with my baby napping in the background, and she's about to wake up. The other ones, once I get them together, I will put them all in a playlist, so when you come back you can check and you can see all of them in a row. But anyways, I'm going to iron this, and I'll show you what it looks like ironed, and then that'll be it for this video. But make sure and check back for directions on how to make the next steps to make it a little bit more fancy, to add some more decorative tatting to it. We're going to branch out and do more colors as well. Alright, thank you so much for watching.